Hey Canucks fans, the Canucks switched things up at practice today, and the Hockey Hall of Fame weekend kicked off with Roberto Luongo and Daniel Sedin receiving their Hall of Fame rings. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take on one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Friday, November the 11th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Help me get to 10 Clay. Before I get to today's practice and the changes the Canucks are trying to institute, let's talk about the Hockey Hall of Fame weekend. It's this weekend, and today the players and the builders receive their rings. Tomorrow is the Legends game, and Monday is the induction ceremony. And we know that three former Canucks, Henrik, Daniel, and Luongo, are all being inducted this season, this year, this weekend. Unfortunately, Henrik wasn't in Toronto to receive his ring today. He's finishing up a bout with COVID. So it sounds like he will be there tomorrow for the Legends game and certainly be there on Monday for the induction ceremony. So we wish a speedy recovery to Henrik, but it sounds like he's just about all the way done with COVID, which is good. So Roberto Luongo, Daniel Sedin, both inducted this year. Luongo played 8 seasons with the Vancouver Canucks. Henrik and Daniel played their entire 17 or 18-year career with the Vancouver Canucks. Luongo was affable, was as funny, as engaging as always. Had a quick exchange with one of the interviewers about his Twitter account, saying that he did not need to pay $8 to get verified or fake verified by buying Twitter Blue, I should say. I didn't do that either. Didn't want to give another $8 a month to Elon Musk. I don't need to be verified, but that's another story. Anyways, so Luongo was talking about that and just talking about what it was like to play with the Sedins. Then for Daniel, because Henrik wasn't there, Daniel talked about how cool it was that they were drafted by the same team and got to play their entire career together with the same team. And two things I want to say quickly about Luongo and the Sedins. Number one is I really hope that younger fans that barely saw them, or newer fans of the team, or future fans, I really hope that they're going to be able to appreciate just how good these players were. Not just because they're in the Hockey Hall of Fame and all their accomplishments and all their awards, but when it comes to Luongo, he's one of the most winningest goalies, the most games, among the most games played, among the most wins, and a lot of accomplishments, and just a really, really good athletic goalie. And he was athletic, but he played with structure, made some amazing saves. He was likable on and off the ice, great in the community. So I really hope that future Canucks fans will appreciate how good Roberto Luongo was for us for those 8 seasons. And of course, when it comes to the Sedins, 2 of 6 players with their jerseys lifted high to the rafters in Rogers Arena, just how good they were on the ice, together, apart, but mostly together, twin telepathy or Sedinery, whatever you want to call it. They were doing things that you can't even dream of doing when watching other players or other combos. I think Sidney Crosby said they're the most most dynamic duo he's ever played against. And for as good as they were on the ice, they were just as good off the ice too. So generous in the community when it comes to their money, their time, and their energy. And it's great to have them still as part of the organization. So that's the first thing I want to say about Luongo and the Sedins. I hope future fans and younger fans will truly appreciate just how much they did for this city and this team. The other thing is that was kind of like the golden era of Canucks hockey. The Sedins drafted in 2000, but really didn't get going in their careers till 05, 06, and then started to take off 07, 08, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, those 6 years. And that kind of was around the same time that Luongo was here, basically from 2006, 2014. So that 7 or 8 year period was the golden era in Canucks hockey. 2 President's Trophies, if not 3, getting to the Stanley Cup Finals, slaying the Dragon, stanchion goal, all those things. Throw in the 2010 Winter Olympics right in the middle of that. And that was a really, really fun time to be a Canucks fan. And that was when I became a season ticket member. That's when my YouTube channel started to take off, my Twitter channel. So although I've been a fan, I always say I've been a Canucks fan for 48 years, really, along with that golden era, that's when my presence, my content creation, my social media really took off for the team. So I always equate that to guys like Roberto Luongo and the Sedins. So we'll follow this, we'll track it as the weekend goes on. But remember, rings were today, Legends game tomorrow, induction ceremony on Monday. Let's talk about this current team now. Yesterday in my vlog, especially with Tanner Pearson's injury, and especially my live stream, I talked about, well, what are the lines going to look like? What are the D-Pairings going to look like? How is this team going to make any changes going forward in terms of the personnel? Well, we got a glimpse into that today as the Canucks practice in Ontario ahead of their big game against the Maple Leafs tomorrow. And two of the four forwards lines were changed actually. Kind of interesting what they're doing. So Sheldon Dries is the extra forward with with Pearson being out right now and Curtis Lazar being out. So they lined up Miller still down the middle, Miller, PD, and Horvat. But basically they swapped wingers for Miller, Horvat, and PD. Yeah, so I guess all three of the lines were changed. Actually, two of the lines. Horvat's line stayed the same with Podkolzin and Garland, and that's the line that we've seen play together for the past few games. So whatever you call that second or third line, Horvat, Podkolzin, and Garland are together. But they swapped out the Miller and PD line. So now it's Miller playing with Besser, and where Tanner Pearson was, it's now Ilya Mikheyev. So he's going to bring some more speed to that line. Besser's not the fastest. Miller's okay. But Mikheyev will bring some speed to that line. So it's Miller, Besser, and Mikheyev. And then PD now still has Kuzmenko because those two are kind of playing really well together. And their new winger is Niels Höglander, fellow Swede of PD. That means, and I said Horvat, Podkolzin, and Garland together. And their fourth line is Oman, Joshua, and Stevnica, again with Dries being the extra forward. So that's how the Canucks look to line up tomorrow against Toronto. Miller stays in the middle, and Mikheyev takes Pearson's spot, basically. So it becomes, again, Miller, Besser, Mikheyev, Horvat with Garland, Podkolzin, Pettersson, Kuzmenko, Höglander, and then Oman, Joshua, and Stevnica with Dries being the extra forward. Then on D, looks like they're going back to Old Faithful, Riley Stillman replacing Jack Rathbone. Yes, I talked about Rathbone had a really tough game against Montreal. Many people reminded me he's got to play through his mistakes. He's got to get experience, but maybe not tomorrow. So it looks like it's going to be Hughes and Myers, not Hughes and Shen. So actually all three pairings are different now. So instead of OEL, Myers, Hughes, Shen, and Bone and Bear, Rathbone and Bear, Bare Bones, now all three are switched. Now it's Hughes with Myers, OEL with Bear, which I don't mind actually, and then Stillman and Shen. Not Stillman with Bear, but Stillman and Shen. So that means the three extra defensemen were Jack Rathbone, Kyle Burrows, who's probably wondering how am I going to get in this lineup, especially with Travis Dermott returning to practice. So Dermott had his second practice. Don't know if he's in a contact jersey or non-contact jersey, but it sounds like Dermott won't be ready tomorrow. So once again, OEL with Bear, Hughes with Myers, and then Stillman with Shen, with Rathbone, Burrows, and Dermott as your extra. And then Bruce Boudreau said he won't name a starting goaltender until tomorrow. I think it's going to be Martin tomorrow, and I think it's going to be Demko on Sunday, but we'll see which way they go. But I'm pretty sure each goalie is going to get one of the two weekend games on the back-to-back. So Canucks fans, let me know how you're feeling today on this Remembrance Day, a day before the Canucks kick off the back-to-back, Toronto, Boston. Let me know what you think about these lines. Do you like the change? Do you think Mikheyev will do well with Miller and Besser? Do you like the fact that Miller's still in the middle? Let me know, because they do have Sheldon Dries. They could go Dries and Oman. But let me know what you think about those lines. Let me know what you think of Rathbone being sad again just after 2 games in the lineup, and the fact that Stillman coming in and not Burrows. And are you okay with the way they switch up the D? Tell me who you think should start in goal tomorrow. I think it's going to be Martin, but tell me who you think. And lastly, share some Sedins and Luongo memories in the comment section. I would love to read, react, and reply as always. Thanks to my sponsors, Advanced Seed Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform, Personal Training and Weight Loss. Thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for continuing to support me here on this channel. Subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member or upgrade your membership if you'd like to. Leave a donation, a super tip, super thanks, a tip if you'd like to, and definitely leave a comment in the comment section if you'd like to. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great rest of your day. God bless, and go Canucks go.